Okay, we are here for battle number 6. Let's get into this. This is one that I played today. This was retarded. 2 monk spams on the bounce. I played this one a few hours ago. It was quite a weird match, but nonetheless it was a lot of fun. The guy, Samurai97, was he was a star ahead of me in terms of ranking. But I do like those battles when they're either 1 star above or 1 star below you, because it's a very tough grind out battle most of the time, I find. I do have a fair few of those. So there were three key buildings. I think there was Morale Shrine, because we were fighting over that one. We also had the Fatigue Shrine, and I think the Armour Shrine, I'm not sure. You have an Armour Shrine? No, Fatigue, Archery, Morale, yeah. Ugh. This isn't going well. Alright, so I'll give you the unit lowdown. So I bought this, I think this was a 15,000 Koku match, so the armies were pretty beastie. As always, Nagi attendants. I bought a fair few number of them, supporting the rear and the front. I bought two bow warrior monks, because they're the best bow units in the game, I feel. They're still not up to 200 range, I'm still trying to get them up to that. I bought some matchlock warrior monks because they scare the living crap out of the enemy. Like, the enemy will not want to approach you. You don't want to be walking your army in front of matchlocks, they'll rip them to shreds. And also after I did play another match today, and I did actually get 2 new recruits, which is now my 4th shock trooper and my 5th shock trooper. So I now have 5 shock trooping units, which was gonna be devastating in future battles. So it's pretty good. As I said, Nagi and Mr. Captain Cabinet in his fancy armour. It's pretty swag. And then of course I have also brought my 1st and 2nd hammers, some good Yari Cav. Oh yeah, and I've also got some Nagi Sam. So that's 1 and 2. These guys wearing their cyan coloured armour. Now we're just going to go nip over to the enemy. This was a retarded monk spam. Everything was pretty much monk. He had 3 Naginata warrior monk calves. He did have some Yari, did have some attendants, but he did have some warrior bow monks, and pretty much the main of his army was built up with Naginata warrior monks, which is always a horrible army to play against. I wish some people would just bring some variation. I mean, with my army I've got loads of variation. Apart from spamming a little bit, well, I wouldn't really say it was a spam, bringing 5 katana samurai units to a big battle. But I'd kind of say anywhere with the region, I mean, if one unit kind of makes up, I'd say probably about 70% of your army, then it's probably going to be a spam. Anyway, as I've probably said before, the Morale Shrine is the best key building ever. It gives you +4 morale. I'd probably say second to that would be the melee attack shrine, or dojo or whatever, because I think it gives you 4 attack damage for everything. Obviously it depends on what kind of armies you're fielding, so archery dojo would be very effective. Okay, now straight from the off, I tried to cap it immediately. I would have thought this had gone better, given that I did have some Yari Cav, and whenever your Yari Cav are faced with normal Cav, you always want to dismount them if you think you're going to lose, because obviously, you know, they've got spears in there, they're going to fight off pretty well. I don't think I really took many off. He killed 15 of mine, and I killed about 8 of his, so it was a good victory there. Monk Cav are very good. I'd probably say they're some of the best Cav in the game, given they've got a high attack, good morale. They're better at sustained melee combat with other cavalry. Pop these guys back on the horse. Animation is pretty cool actually. This is another good thing as well, which my opponent did very well, which is when your enemy dismounts his cavalry, try and charge your men into his blob of horses, try and make them escape that way. Obviously, you know, they haven't got any horses to go to now, have they? Luckily that was my 3rd hammer, so it was my best, my cream of the crop, if you would now we're starting to form. Literally, this is kind of where it gets to for the whole battle. This is now the chosen battleground for these two armies to engage over the Morale Shrine. It's kind of quite funny here. I'm shooting at his Nagi attendants trying to capture, and he's shooting at my Yari Cav, which have now been dismounted and almost routed by the looks of things. So yeah, he's firing his bow monks. I'm firing my bow monks. But the thing is, he can't get into a skirmish with me because obviously I've got 2 bow monks to his 1. Also, I think my guys have got well, they've got better accuracy than his.
Our men are running
also,
from the battlefield.
his bow monks haven't got more ammunition, which is a stupid thing. The first thing you should upgrade your bow monks with is extra ammunition because they run out so quick. Because when you look at the reload skill on that, it's 55. They'll tear any kind of bow unit up. Okay, so now we're just firing high, just trying to take his guys out. And what I do is I take a Naginata attendant from the back to replace the front. I'll take the front to go capture the Morale Shrine. This is pretty much how the battle is going to pin out. I also placed my Nagi Samurai to the side to face off against his fearsome Naginata warrior Monk Cav, which would absolutely cause havoc within the lines of all my Katana infantry. As you can see, I did the same for my my little cyan guys at the start there. It's pretty good. Okay, and we're just going to keep on firing, and it's a little bit back and forth. We're both trying to fight over the Morale Shrine. I can't let him get the Morale Shrine though, because A, he's already like I think one of his accolades or traits or whatnot was called legendary famous or legendary leader, something like that. Yeah, that was it, legendary leader. And mine was just a famous leader, so obviously he's going to have a little bit more presence on the battlefield. And given that he's also got a monk army, a 16 morale, that's going to rape. That's just so bad. My basic priority is to make sure he does not cap this Morale Shrine, otherwise he'll be almost unbreakable. Okay, and he pulled up his Yari because his attendants decided to flee like cowards they are. And now I'm just going to start raining arrows on him. Bring down the rain, baby. Oh, sweet effects. This game looks so good. If that building wasn't there, they'd probably be going down a little bit quicker, but you know, what can I do about it? For some reason he stopped firing at mine. I'm not sure whether it was because he ran out of ammo. So he did actually send me a message. We were kind of pinging to and from in this battle as well. And he did actually send me a message later in the game. Oh, have you run out of arrows? It's like, no, get extra ammunition, bitch. Too pro for that shit. Okay, so now we've just charged his Yari because I think he's getting a bit fed up. But obviously, Naginata versus Yari, Naginata wins the majority of the time. He has got more morale than me. I've got. Well, actually, no, his stats are better than mine. He should win this, really. And I did see that he was going to win this, so I kind of had to charge in and do some hammer and anvils quick. But my archers were getting a bit too keen to engage, because I did target them onto his monk cav, because his monk cav was getting a little bit too close, and I didn't want that. I want them to kind of stay at range. You know, I want to control this battle, and at the moment I've got a superior position. I seem to have noob boxed myself, which is always a good idea to do, especially if you're faced with cavalry that fearsome. People wonder why you play the way you do, and they call you a noob. Well, guess what? It's because you run monk spam, my friend. Or if you just have superior units, or if they've got loads of cavalry, then you have to noob box, or you can't engage. It's just a stupid idea. Just like yesterday, I was playing a match, and I think it was just like a river. I think there was a big blotch of land in the middle, and then he had 2 key buildings. I had this one over here, and he was just sitting here on this little island, and I was waiting for him to cross the shallow water and dick him. But he was waiting for me to engage, and he's like, "Oh my god, you noob, you're camping." It's like, well, no, not really. I'm just being smart. You know, I mean, if you've got a massively superior army to me, I'm not going to go march across and try and kill you, am I? So yeah, I really hate people like that. They wonder why you use the tactics you do, and they get annoyed just because they know that you are beating them and you're not playing how they want to be played. Okay, so at this point, it's still back and forth. He really shouldn't be be doing this. I mean, look, he's losing so many cav just from that little charge, and he probably didn't gain much either. And these guys are also very keen to just get in the fight. Oh, yeah, you just realised you've gone too far. Quick, run away. The monk army's just standing there. At this point, I think he was asking, oh yeah, your guys, they run out of arrows? I'm like, no. At which point he's probably thinking, yeah, right, he's probably run out of arrows, it's probably time to engage about now. This guy was from Germany as well, he did say he was from Germany. And I did very wittily put in the chat box, oh, I'm British, I should win this. I didn't receive an answer, and there's probably a good reason for that as well. So at the moment, it's just a stalemate. He was sending messages back and forth. Are you going to attack? No, I'm not going to attack. You're going to attack? No, I'm not going to attack. I mean, I'm certainly not going to attack. At this point, I do have, controlled by Legendary Vendetta. So obviously I have got the morale at the moment. We're both leadership generals as well, and leadership generals are the most powerful generals in the game. So I'd rather, you wouldn't rather just kind of upgrade one unit in your army, you'd rather upgrade the whole of your army. So I mean, going for a melee general or going for an archer general, you know, really you're only upgrading one unit. You want to be upgrading your whole army, and with the leadership general you definitely have that advantage. So yeah, he's just trying to engage my guys, but I'm not really having any of it. I think he realises that I'm not going to budge, and I have myself in an excellent position as well, because what's good about match shots is that, or just guns in general, is although they can't shoot in an arc, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, they can, however, shoot over the heads of your own troops if they're faced on the upper hand of the hill. So they'll just shoot straight over the heads of all these guys. Again, this point we're just standing off. I think he realises at this point as well, I'm not going to budge. I mean, it's stupid. Never, ever, ever be pressurised by somebody to make the first move. Never. Even if they call you a noob or whatnot, it's just them being an arse, to put it bluntly. Oh, we also have some warrior monks as well, some ladies. So we just have this awkward standoff between these two armies. One's a monk spam, one is just a massively balanced army. I've just got so many, I've got a lot of variety in here as well. It's such an awkward standoff, which no one's going to do anything. I'm certainly not going to do anything. Let's look at his general. Oh, his general's so boring. Captain Cabinet looks sick. This is a good idea though, the wedge formation. It's kind of a good idea. It doesn't normally work all the time, but I mean, if you've got several units doing it at once, it can be very devastating for breaking enemy lines and eventually breaking the morale. Again, nothing's going on, we're just kind of chin-wagging, having a bit of a cup of tea, well I am anyway. This is ridiculous, it's gone on for a little bit long. There we go. Now he's finally taken the idea that I'm not gonna budge at all. I mean, to be honest though, yeah, this is when I put on my fire and arrows, this is the noise you would have heard. But the thing is, once whoever defends has obviously got the position and, you know, the formation, they don't have to change, but the person who attacks will get the morale shrine, won't they? So I suppose it kind of balances out a little bit. At this point I didn't want to target his archers, because I always think that archers are never a priority really, unless you're skirmishing. Unless you're battling for skirmishing powers, then never go for archers. If you're worried more about their melee infantry compared to your melee infantry, then go for their melee infantry, which is what I did here. It seems that monks have got almost next to nothing in terms of armour, perfect for arrows. Okay, so he brought his monk cav round the back, so I was thinking, oh crap, I replaced those everything, so let's try and capture this. So obviously I pulled these guys to here, and I moved these
Our men are running from the battlefield! Shameful display!
See what I said? Shoot over their heads. He just lost 30 monks right there, and then 35 monks. That's devastating. Oh, I'm still shooting his volleys off. Oh my goodness, he just lost like about 40 monks, it's ridiculous. So by this point, pretty much it's just a case of running back my warrior monks, well, the bow monks, and then my Nagi's just trying to hold them down. What I should have done at this point is, I should have charged my katana downhill into the fray, and they would have got a really good charge. See, the reason I actually did this is that I moved my Nagi samurai to kind of defend this vicinity of the battlefield from any charges. And obviously the Nagi attendants aren't gonna they're gonna hold their ground against the monks on Cav. So at this point I pulled my Nagi samurai down to prevent the warrior monks from actually getting close to my samurai. Unfortunately it kind of failed. And it did begin to take a beating. That's a very good charge of my opponent, really using his cavalry to his best ability. That was a bit of an early rally, more or less a panic if I'm honest. Priority basically trying to take his monk out and then switch over onto his I also then realised that his general was here and open. If you kill his general, his morale should break. Well, he's a leadership general and he's got monks and he's got morale shrine. To be honest, they shouldn't really have to break anyway. So at this point I'm just trying to find ways of exploiting his open general. So here, the flank collapsed, and now I'm just going to charge in my spear units. He sees that, and he pulls his general back. So I just think, oh, okay then, so I'm just going to charge straight into the centre of your monks, and your monks are going to be surrounded. At this point I then thought, oh, his general's moved position. Let's go get my cavalry, swing it around the side, and you'll probably see that in a minute. At this point I also think, oh god, my katana samurai aren't even getting into combat, charging it. So I charge them right in. Okay, so the battle is a little bit awkward at the moment.
Our general is in grave danger, my lord!
Put my general to stand and fight. Really should have put this general to stand and fight as well, given he's a leadership general. Really should have done that. That would have made his morale unbreakable. At this point, here we go. Just kind of trap his general a little bit. Here's my Yari Cav gun for the slaughter. His bows I think is not firing anything. It's a good shot. At this point in the battle, it's a bit here and there. You don't really know where it's going to go. The problem with putting your general to stand and fight is that he hasn't got any of his abilities to use either. Okay, so my samurai decided they had enough and decided to flee, cowards. At this point, I pretty much just lost faith in the whole game. I was thinking, I've lost this, quite clearly. All of his monks are still alive, pretty much. All of that high level, 22 morale. It's insane, 17 morale, 19 morale, 19 morale. But then, I think that the tide starts to change a little bit in the middle. But see at this point, we've got poor morale, you know, very, very low units. But at the same time, his units are on very, very low numbers. Oh, just the devastation on the battlefield. My Cyan Naginata. And then this is the point I just start to take these guys apart. At this point, my men seem to rally, and I killed his general as well, his corpse should be around here somewhere. And this is now just, I think I just kind of decided to start clearing up as well. Just look at the devastation on this though. Oh my goodness. Captain Cabinet popping up Jer. And I'm still firing into these guys. So I was very surprised at the result in this battle.
My lord! A glorious victory will soon be yours!
Look at the carnage. Oh my goodness. All for that morale shrine. Even with the morale shrine and his legendary leader, I still just about managed to hold on long enough to win. And that's the end of the match. really gutted that, as I was talking about earlier about the match with the guy across the river from me, and he's calling me a noob and all this kind of stuff, and he had a big army, and why didn't I engage? I really wish he just carried on and played that match, because I really, really wanted to show that one. It's just a classic example of someone just being awful, basically, having bad manners online, but at the same time also producing a clear strategy for annoying people, because again I was using my vocab. Okay, so there are the results. Very nice. Let's go into the unit stats. See that my bowmonks did very well. They seem to clean house a little bit. My 5th shock troopers, they were only rank 1, yet they still managed to rack up 122 kills. They had the lowest stats in the game, I think, pretty much, apart from my naggy attendance. They still did the best. Just slowly go down. Even my naggy attendance, they racked up a good amount of kills. Okay. And there we go. Now we go into his warrior monks. These guys are just OP. Completely OP. They're high ranking as well. So yeah, a nutty battle, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. That's the fix for tonight. Hope you enjoyed.